Welcome to my WrestleMania 41 predictions. Starting off, let's go to our night one's main event: Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, following last night's events, which confirmed this will be our main event. So I was at the show, so let me play a little clip for you guys real quick.
It means more to me than anything, except the fact that you never made him in WrestleMania. He doesn't deserve it, and this is your fault, and this is your fault.
And as we have just seen right there, this is night one main event. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. And going into this matchup, you might think CM Punk needs to win this or Roman Reigns needs to win this. But the Visionary is going to win this. And I'm going to tell you why he is going to win this. Seth Rollins is full of hate. He's been full of hate for the past year for CM Punk. He always has been full of hate for Roman Reigns. He's told him right now in that past episode of SmackDown that he's always had to screw him over because Roman cannot always make the right decisions. And siding with CM Punk is a wrong decision. And Rollins is full of hate right now. We've seen it the past year, how he's been targeting this man on the screen right now. No secret that Seth Rollins and CM Punk do not like one another. From the moment CM Punk returned to WWE, we all saw Seth Rollins' reaction, the meltdown he had, and then that promo 2 weeks after on that episode of Raw. We felt the hate through the screen that Seth had for Punk. Even though Punk didn't display his hatred back, we felt it. And it hit the spot, to say the least. And it all comes to a close at WrestleMania 41. Not everything, but it does come to a close this chapter, with Seth Rollins winning, putting the pin over Roman Reigns. As CM Punk watches in shock that Roman let the pin over him, he calls in his favour and takes away Roman's wise man. As Roman is left shocked in the ring, CM Punk and Paul Heyman walk off into the sunset, leaving Vegas, closing out the show with Roman in shock. Like a little John Cena WrestleMania 29 moment. Was it 28? I have to say, my bad. A little risky, but that kind of moment. And we see a new side of Roman Reigns, a defenseless Roman Reigns, with no belts, no wise man, no Usos, who hopefully at WrestleMania 41 will both have single championships to their names. And it'll be a different side for Roman, as he will go to them for help, because CM Punk and Paul Heyman are a faction once again. So as we're on the topic of triple threats, let's move to the ladies' triple threat match: Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. And I do back Io Sky to win, because I do not see a possible world that Rhea Ripley wins, just because of how the fans have been refusing any sort of product with Rhea Ripley holding the belt, as they felt as she had her year with the belt, she had her time, but her being put over against Liv Morgan, who's had a killer 2024 and has now found herself in the tag team division, is just seriously done some nasty work to her career, and the fans can't get over it. So I don't see a world where she wins, and I feel like she's going to need some time off, or she's just going to need to go to different storylines, which is away from the championship belt, just because the fans just need a brief moment away from her, because she's just been constantly in the scene, and she's a phenomenal talent, don't get it wrong. However, we spoke about one challenger in this triple threat match in Rhea Ripley. It's only right if we move on to the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. It's been a while since we've seen her as the top dog in WWE, and I feel like she needs to win this. I really do want her to win this, but I can't see her winning it, man. Before anyone jumps to any conclusions, let me explain. She has won the Elimination Chamber, and she's doing the right thing, focusing on winning the Raw Women's Championship. But Jade Cargill and Naomi won't let her. All the fighting will come to a close. WrestleMania 41 is set, and everyone will be going into it thinking, where is Bianca in all of this? There's no way her opinion has not been mentioned throughout this whole build with Naomi and Jade Cargill. All the dust will settle, and all eyes will be on WrestleMania 41. Bianca's name has not been mentioned throughout the weeks on SmackDown with Jade Cargill and Naomi, and our girl Naomi is not letting that run. The picture set, Bianca Belair has just hit the KOD on Io Sky. She's looking to pin her. However, the crowd gasps as they stare out to the ramp and see Naomi in her caution yellow gear staring soullessly at Bianca Belair. And as Bianca acknowledges her in confusion as to why Naomi is out there, Naomi grows closer and closer to Bianca. And that's when Jade Cargill's music hits. Jade Cargill makes a dash at Naomi to save Bianca's chance at winning the belt, but it's not enough, and her hit is dodged by Naomi, and that punch is received by Bianca Belair, who's stunned, and Io Sky has recovered in all of the events that's just taken place. Io Sky has recovered and has taken the pin on Bianca Belair as she hits her finisher. She runs away all over the ramp, screaming, celebrating with the WWE Universe, as Bianca is left center in the ring, crying. Jade Cargill tries to sit down with her and speak with her, but Bianca pushes her away and walks away. And that's how Bianca does not win the belt for me, and it is sad. However, with this win, Io Sky solidified her status as a Raw Women's Champion, and that she's not to be played around with, not to be underlooked, not to be brushed aside, as she has been throughout this build, shoving her in her face as the two top dogs, as they say it, Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, go face to face. Io Sky celebrates and goes into the Raw after Mania as still your Raw Women's Champion. Moving on to our next confirmed match on the card, we are moving to the Viper, Randy Orton versus the prize fighter, Kevin Owens. This match has been a year in the making since they were a tag team. It was inevitable they were going to cross paths, and at WrestleMania 41, they do cross paths with Randy Orton winning. Randy has been saying he's hearing those voices again, and those voices haven't been speaking to him in 5 years. And him hearing it again is never no good news for his opponent, and Kevin Owens is about to find out the hard way. He's acknowledged that Randy is hearing these voices again, and KO is trying to stay away from him, but he's provoking him too much. And one thing we do know, never provoke the Viper. How I booked this ending, KO has got the better of Randy. He's just gotten the better of him. He's looking to finish Randy Orton for good, send him to the shelf forever. Forget Randy Orton's existence, forget that he ever existed in WWE, and move on, show that he was proven right. Exterminate of Randy Orton's existence. And as he's just about to do that, an old friend comes out, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn makes a dart for KO. KO's inviting him on, and they get into a fight. However, Sami's fresh body gets the belt of KO, and he hits the Haluma kick on KO. But as KO is left on the floor, there's a man in the opposite corner hearing those voices, holding that head of his, veins popping out and all, trying to fight against it. But he hits the punt on Kevin Owens, pins him 1, 2, 3. The voices get the better of Randy. We see an ugly side that we have not seen in 15 years. And as Randy is celebrating, we all have to go back to see what he said to Cody Rhodes in this past episode of SmackDown.
Cody, just like John Cena's going after number 17, there's going to come a time when I'm going to want to go after number 15.
And as we close that match, we open our next match, Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton. This has always been a dream match for me. I've always loved Tiffany Stratton's character. I've always loved Charlotte's Fair character. And I could not wait for the day these two cross paths. And I'm glad it's happening now. As much as this build has been underwhelming, and I can sympathize with people's frustration, I just want this match to happen. I don't care. However, they're booking the characters very wrong. Tiffany Stratton should be full of herself. She should be saying Charlotte is washed. She is not the same Charlotte from 2016, 2017, who had WWE on a chokehold. No one could beat Charlotte Flair. As long as Charlotte breathed, the WWE Women's Division was hers. However, Charlotte without the belt is belittling Tiffany Stratton, and everyone is saying, oh, Tiffany's this, Tiffany's that, but it should not be like that. And that's why the fuel from this feud has just been underwhelming, and it's been the same thing. Promos leading to fights, these little matches they're having with Mitchin and B-Fab, like, it's just no disrespect to them, but this feud has not hit. But I would love to see what they will do one-on-one against one another. However, I booked Tiffany Stratton to win. Tiffy time needs to win. She needs this more than Charlotte. Charlotte cannot just come back from a long injury and just take the SmackDown Women's Championship and win the Royal Rumble. Sorry, I can't go behind that, man. I would rather have Bayley win back-to-back Rumbles than have Charlotte come back and win the Rumble and win the SmackDown Women's Championship. However, after this, I do not want Charlotte and Tiffany to have a one-on-one feud. As much as Charlotte will want it, I feel like Trish Stratus needs to come back and kind of put herself in the middle of things and do a triple threat for SummerSlam, because I feel like that's going to be right, and that's how I can see Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton coexisting with the fans, kind of agreeing with this, that Trish Stratus in the middle of things kind of makes a good combination. And I feel like Trish needs to play the heel. Charlotte can kind of lean to both ways, play the heel as well, as Tiffany is booked as the ultimate babyface. However, as we transition away from Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton, we move on to the second last match, which has gold on the line. It is main event Jey Uso versus Gunter, the ring general. And I think that will be the second to last match on night one. And as he is yeeting with the crowd, he walks up the rampway and cross paths with Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns and him have a little embrace as Jey Uso walks to the back. I feel like Gunther is going to have to lose this. His championship reign has been underwhelming. I think he will tell you that himself. It's been underwhelming. I feel like bouncing off a long title reign to another long title reign has not been that nice. Like, there needed to be a little wait. Like, if Gunther won the 2025 Royal Rumble, I would have been happy with that personally. I feel that it's just that I've just seen no work off the belt with him. So it's just a sticky one with me. I feel like he does not need to hold this belt any longer. We need to transition, put this on a top babyface like Jey Uso, who's going to do some phenomenal work with it. Don't get it wrong. However, just after this, I want to see Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser in a one-on-one. Gunther just comes back. Ludwig Kaiser is IC champ. And he is now saying, Gunther, you answer to me. I hold the gold. You hold nothing. But that will be a video for another time. But I'm just going to go throw this out there just as I transition into the main bit of this video, which is Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, which will be closing out night 2 of WrestleMania as we know it. It is John Cena's last WrestleMania in the main event, competing for the WWE Undisputed Champion against the top babyface. I think the most over babyface since Daniel Bryan in 2014. And ladies and gentlemen, as tough as it is to say, the American Nightmare is going down at WrestleMania 41 to John Cena. The odds will stack against the American Nightmare, and I feel this time it stacks too much. Not a lot of people will be there to help him, and whoever will be, which I think will be CM Punk, will stab him in his... It just cut out, but hearing it again, I think CM Punk will stab him in his front. He did say that.
I'm going to stab you in the front.
You know what means stabbing in the front. He will kick him where it hurts the most as a man, and Cody Rhodes will be left lifeless. Seth Rollins, I don't see Seth Rollins coming out to help. Maybe Roman, but I see that Triple H would want Roman to come out Raw after me. You know, something they will cross paths then. Don't think it's appropriate that they cross paths now, but it will be emotional, and that Cody will be left there an emotional wreck. Brandy will come out to console him, and it will just be bad. Everyone will feel it. Cody will be left there as The Rock, CM Punk, John Cena, and maybe a little special appearance from Travis Scott walk out, and the fireworks go off in Vegas, and it's a sad ending to WrestleMania 41 for the American Nightmare as his 1 year title reign comes to a close. And it felt like just last year everyone was on his side. Why now he's just left alone with everyone that he thought was his friend that came out in that ring, hugged him, against him. They're all against him. CM Punk and Cena, that vision of them two hugging him, holding him up in the air, embracing him, all out the window as they stabbed him in his back. And that Cody will go into hiding after this. And if you guys did not know, that is how I book all the confirmed matches. So if you saw that I didn't mention guys like Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, it just meant that it's not confirmed yet. And I'm recording this as of March 30th. So if I didn't see it, my bad. But this is my first video speaking on camera, guys. I'm kind of shy, you can kind of tell. I'm trying to get a laptop to do more better videos. I'm literally recording this on CapCut as of right now. But I'm going to try and make more better content of reviews after the show. I'm going to Monday Night Raw, March 31st edition. And I will record some videos, do a video of how I thought the show was, share my feedback, follow me on Twitter. Just made a new account. Can't remember what it's called. But I will make sure to pin it to the video, show some love, leave a comment, subscribe, do all the things that you're meant to do. I'm going to just go to sleep. I'm going to be going to the March 31st edition. Just as you know, I'll record some videos, do a little post review on the show, what I thought of it. I'll make a TikTok dedicated, showing some more videos of my experience there. I went to the SmackDown. I'll post my videos then. I'll show everything what I'm doing. Take care, you lot, in a bit.